In theory, when someone tests positive for COVID-19, anyone who's been around that person should get a call from their county health department.
But not when the COVID-19 map looks like this. News Channel 5's Chris Davis shows us what comes next for overwhelmed contact tracers.
This is really not a stigma anymore. Millions of people have gotten infected with this virus.
For just one person who tests positive for COVID-19,
reach out to the people who may have been exposed.
Contact tracing could involve nearly a dozen phone calls to everyone else they've been around.
When we identify a case, we want to get to the people who that case may have exposed to the SARS-CoV-2 virus and ask them to quarantine.
That's doable when the numbers are lower, but not when the testing centers look like this.
Our public health infrastructure is really bending under the weight of this pandemic.
Tennessee's Department of Health has already dialed back their contact tracing effort. They're prioritizing calls to recent cases and exposure at crowded work or living spaces.
We recognize that we need to continue to look for ways to keep up or speed up the process.
As for the city of Nashville,
right now we're able to handle what we need to handle.
But spokesperson Brian Todd doesn't know how long that will last.
Right now we're seeing a surge.
To cut down on the number of phone calls they have to make, Metro's toying with a system where they could text you your results, but it only works if you actually respond.
You know, it's used when the staff is stretched thin and isn't able to reach out within about 48 hours. What that does is allows them to make that initial contact.
Tracing helps us flatten the curve.
Vanderbilt's Dr. David Aronoff says because contact tracing is so critical, people who test positive for COVID may have to do it themselves.
It's a bit of a 5-alarm fire. So the fire brigade may be getting a little bit overwhelmed, and we're asking the general public to pick up buckets of water and help put out the blaze.
Chris Davis, News Channel 5.